Welcome to Breakthrough Conversations with Coach Pete, and I'm Gloria Leibecker. And today we're going to explore the concept of, are you open to being open? And if you are, what do you mean by that? So when you heard me say that I'm open to being open, what popped in for you? How did you make meaning out of that, if you did?
Well, the phrase just jumped out at me. And
Yeah.
when we talk, we gather together and talk before we do our podcast, we have these conversations, which I really love those conversations we have. And you said this phrase, open to being open. And I wrote it down in quotes. Your quote, you can use it. And I thought it was really interesting, particularly about our work, coaching, working with people, supporting people. So much of coaching is about being open, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Us being open as coaches and our clients helping them be open, get open, be open to being open. It's an interesting phrase, and I think it's worthy talking about it. What is being open? What is being open, and what is being open to being open?
Well, in my experience, meeting people, I have a trauma background as a young one, and I wasn't open. I was very closed, and that is a protective stance. Um, I'd be like a turtle that would pull my head in, and I just have this armor around me to protect me. And so I didn't have trust. I didn't believe I had trust. So for me to say that I'm open to being open now is I do have trust. On my healing journey, I have reclaimed my sense of self, of who I truly am. And I don't need other people's permission to be that person, that being. And I also really value getting to know others. So I think we were talking about reaching out and getting to know other professionals, and there are a lot of people that they are on the bandwagon, they want to sell their product, and so that's what they lead with. And then there's other people that they lead with things that I'm not really interested in. I have a relationship of love that I love, and I'm not interested in exploring other relationships like that. So there's all different reasons or motivations that people have for reaching out to connect with people that you haven't met. And so I challenge myself to be willing to be open to exploring what it would be like and to have wisdom with that. Doesn't mean that I'm just here for anybody to reach out to anytime they want. I really look for authenticity, for, yeah, I think authenticity captures it the best, that there's integrity in the invitation for a connection. And I'm really open to that. And I'm also very open to saying, no, thank you. That's okay too. Say, but I'm not interested in that. So I've had a lot of conversations by chat or messages, direct messages, in order to see what is it that you're interested in. Are you interested in a conversation that is reciprocated, or are you a one-way street? And so I wonder what comes up for you hearing that as far as my experience.
Well, I so appreciate when you just first started talking just now, your openness about being open and what it meant for you back in the day when you were forming little Gloria. And whatever you use the word trauma, whatever the trauma was, trauma can close us off,
Yeah.
protect us, like the metaphor you used about the turtle going into the shell. That happens to all of us to a greater or lesser extent. It may not be what you refer to as trauma, what one refers to as trauma. It could be drama, the drama of life. But either drama or trauma in those early years shape us. And so much of your other connection is right on. It's connected to trust.
Mm.
Because if you think about it, I love to talk when I talk to my clients or anybody who will listen and talk to me, um, is about how we all start out, newborn babies. I call little newborn babies Buddha babies because every little newborn is wide open. You start out wide open and total trust. There's nothing but trust. And then life begins to happen. And you learn, "Oh, I can't trust everybody. I can't trust every situation." And to the degree to which that drama or trauma closes you off, that then is something to deal with later on in life if you do want to open up. And that's kind of what coaching is, don't you think? That's what I feel my coaching is about. If people are open, that word again, to exploring how you learn to be open or closed, trusting or non-trusting, wow, that's so important in life. And you can always take a look at it. You can always learn from it. You can always make adjustments. It's never too late.
It's true. And it does require that you are willing to be open, and it does require your will. And I, for those listeners or viewers that may have had the experience, that these experiences where we withdraw inside of ourselves, it can happen before you're born. It truly can happen, because when the child is in gestation, they are experiencing life vicariously through the mom, and they hear and experience everything, not on a cognitive level, but their limbic system records it all. And it does create a stance of what kind of attachment are we born with. And secure attachment is available for everyone who is open to exploring what that might look like for them, and finding that path that opens your heart back up to recognizing you have trust, and trust is something that you grow from the inside out. And yet it does make such a big difference when you have the accompaniment of someone where you can have that experience in life, like Coach Pete, like you're talking about. And yeah, that is the heart of what I live for.
Me
It
too.
truly,
And my journey, to share a little bit about me, I mean, I was closed off early in life by circumstances in my early childhood. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as trauma, but it could be. It was definitely drama where I was shut down emotionally. And I learned I couldn't express it freely within my family. So I was, like a clenched fist with a full expression of emotion other than laughter. I was allowed to laugh a lot, which I'm grateful for. But in terms of sadness, fear, trust, expressing emotion, well, I had to learn. And at first, I had to learn what closed me up, and
mhm.
taking a look at it and saying, well, I'm not going to let that affect me anymore. I can begin to understand it and practice opening up. And
Yeah,
it is a practice for some of us.
truly. Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for noting down what I said so I could learn from you. I appreciate you so much, Coach Pete.
Same here, Gloria. This was great. Thanks everybody for listening. All the tens of thousands of people out there. Thank you.